This Warden Charge attack strategy with rocket balloons, druids, and furnaces is ridiculously strong today. Watch as Dimo can swag up to 9 spells and the Royal Champion. Here is the army that Dimo is coming in with. So we have got a couple of rocket balloons. I think it's about 7 rocket balloons. We have 7 furnaces and 2 druids. We've also got the jelly on the warden. And the rocket balloons are used mainly to funnel in the warden. You can use it to take down defenses, go looking for seeking air mines, you name it really, the rocket balloons can do it all. Then we've got a whole bunch of furnaces, and I can't wait till you see that. Now the attack in this video where Dimo swags 9 spells, that's not this attack, you will have to see it later in the video. I really like showing this attack first because it is kind of a standard attack in the army. Look at the jelly there, it does pull a seeking air mine, which is beautiful. And now we're going to use a lot of invis spells to get the fireball to exactly where we want it. Don't know why doesn't try and finish off the geared up defense. Interesting fireball, interesting earthquakes there. But you can see why this is really strong. You have so many invis spells with the army that getting the fireball deep into the base is fine. Now we're going to use the furnaces to support the warden, because the warden here, we don't have many rage spells for him. So we want to do as much as we can to take the tanking off him. And that's what these fire mites do. We've also got a few furnaces at the bottom setting a funnel. And whilst this is all going, we've started with the king and queen on the top side, and we're going to use the siege barracks to funnel them. No furnaces. Furnaces are just for funneling the warden and supporting the warden like we saw before. We've got the Archer Queen and the King here, and as soon as you pop this Archer Queen ability, that's when you get the Druids in, because look, the Druids are so good with the Archer Queen at keeping her alive. And yeah, we're going to open up a lot of the base. Now we're going to zoom out a lot because there's so much happening here. The Barb King opens the next portion of the base, and because the Fire Mites did such a good funnel, the Warden goes towards the Town Hall. And this Town Hall is set up specifically to be as tough as possible to path your Warden to. But that doesn't matter here, we're able to get the job done. And then what's most interesting for me in this army is this combination on the Royal Champion. You normally see the Rocket Spear, but given how many invis spells that Dimo brings in this army, you can actually afford to bring the Haste Vial because you can do a Royal Champion charge to finish off the base. This was a clinical attack, not with mass swag though. We'll have to see that later in the video. So it turns out, as you can see here, it is actually 6 rocket balloons, not 7. I'm sorry I made that mistake. If you look on the far right side of your screen here, look at the center of this base, right? This is the highest damage core in all of Clash of Clans. And we're going to take it down with the Fireball. Because this is what the Fireball is good for, particularly when you've got 7 invis spells in your army. We really are going to make this thing sing. So Warden on the outside of the base here, and we're not really in a rush to do the Fireball here. Remember, we've got so many invis spells. We use a few rocket balloons though to set a nice funnel. Look at them taking down buildings. You love to see that. And basically, as soon as this jelly ends, it becomes so much safer to Fireball because your Warden here, he's stationary, which means he isn't going to move and pull a defense, right? The more stationary he is, the safer you are. And look at this. Unfortunately, yet again, we miss a building we could have quaked to finish off, but using just a few invis spells, we safely remove the center of the base, and once the Warden picks the direction he's going, we're going to support him with the Fire Mites. Now, one of the furnaces was messed up, so the Expo takes it down, but look, these Fire Mites are just going to tank for this Warden forever, because he's got a bit of damage to deal with. Then on the complete other side of the base, it's the exact same thing. We use the Siege Barracks, no riskiness with the Flame Flinger here, just the Siege Barracks to set a funnel, the King and Queen going in together. The King ability should be able to open up anything needed, but I want to focus on this, because look, there is a lot of damage down here. But next to nothing's actually targeting the Warden right now. We do use a Rage spell on the Warden here, because there is probably a little too much damage off him. But normally dealing with this amount of damage would cost you a lot of spells. But when you've got that many Fire Mites tanking, it doesn't really matter. The top side of the base is still going well. Oh my word. He has 3 more furnaces come out of the CC. Oh my word. He's got 10 furnaces in this army. That is borderline ridiculous. And as you can see here, the whole base is already gone. We are not going to need the Royal Champion in this attack. Won't be the last attack in this video. The Royal Champion won't be needed. It is just ridiculous how much value these Fire Mites can get. Just tanking for the Warden, assisting the heroes, setting a funnel. It is a multi-purpose troop, and all the purposes work in this army. Look at this base here. We've got a double rage tower with a core town hall, which means this is going to be pretty ugly to charge. Now, the jelly, I personally don't use the jelly when I warden charge, but I am getting kind of tempted by the way Dimo is doing it in this video. The reason I don't like doing it is the warden some of the time can go so quickly into the base that you're taking a whole lot of damage from every angle, whereas if he just takes his time, sometimes it is better. But I am definitely seeing some of the benefits to it here. None more than the jelly right there, right on cue, pulling a Seeking Air Mine that would have certainly hit our healers. Nice fireball, no invis spells even used for that one, and we clear out a huge chunk of the core, and now the warden's incredibly safe. We use the baby dragon here to set a funnel, because now the warden's going to go to the right with the 4 furnaces we've got over there. He should? No, he goes left. I'm completely wrong. But he definitely wanted the warden to go to the right. So let's see how Dimo will react here. We got 3 furnaces on the right hand side. We got the siege barracks on the left. So yeah, I think he was going to put the heroes in here. But given the warden's gone left, yep, he's going to switch it up on the fly. So this attack actually hasn't really gone to plan. He is improvising here. Let's see how it works. Completely flipping it. Now using the fire mites or furnaces with the heroes and the siege barracks with the warden. Now, the problem with doing this with the warden is if the warden gets pulled by the P.E.K.K.A, good luck ever getting control of him again. Nice king ability. The real downside is, from a viewer point of view, how am I meant to show you guys everything that's going on? We are using the entire width of the base here, but have a look. Because normally fire mites cannot target the town hall because it shoots too quickly. But when the king is tanking some of those town hall shots, a few of the fire mites are able to target the town hall, and we all know over time that will wear down the town hall. Town hall is hitting the warden like a truck right now. We use a rage spell there, which is the first spell used since, what, the earthquakes. Outside of that, the only spells used are going to be 1 rage spell, 2 earthquakes for this entire attack. Swag RC, for some reason, uses the poison spell. I guess that's to keep the warden alive, but that means 1 less swag. It could have been 10 swag spells for the thumbnail. This is a legit base. The attack didn't go to plan, and still, no RC needed, 9 spell swag. This attack strategy is ridiculous. What I like about this video, and I know it feels like I'm, patting myself on the back, but also Dimo's the one who shared the replays. What I like about this is we've kind of gotten 4 different base styles in this. We've gotten one with an isolated town hall. We got the last one, which is an anti-2. We've got a box base here. So different layouts, same result. Crushing overkill. Warden charge on the right-hand side here, doing his thing. The Royal Champion will come in and interfere, but this is a beautifully timed Headhunter that's going to help us out nicely. And then any second now, this jelly will finish. You always know when the jelly finishes because it will move forward and start targeting things. And now we can start setting up our invis spells. And guess what he's going to go for? If you guessed the Builder Hut, you were right. And look at this. CC Monolith Rage Tower, Geared Up Tower. All of them down, and this town hall is heavily weakened with no Builder Hut anywhere nearby. Now it's about just waiting to see which direction the warden will go, and once we're sure, then we start supporting him with, right on cue, the furnaces on the flank to help out. I'm guessing, yep, there's going to be a few furnaces on the bottom. Uses the rocket balloon to remove that mortar, because it did lock onto one of the furnaces. And then, whilst this is happening, we've got the king and queen together with the siege barracks. I mean, it's just a formula at this point. The only thing that's changing is where you warden charge. But given you've got so many invis spells on the army, just warden charge wherever you kind of want a fireball and use up to 4 invis spells if needed to get the fireball to where it needs to go. Warden's still doing his thing. You do need to keep a track of when the fire mites aren't tanking for your warden. For instance, in this, the fire mites are going on a slightly different path, and this can happen some of the time, and it is definitely a nuisance when it happens, so just keep track of that. But, I mean, yeah, what is the base meant to do at this point? What is the base meant to do? The druids, we haven't even focused on the druids much in this attack, but druids are kind of insane with the heroes. They just makes them unkillable. Yeah, Haste Vial on the Royal Champion gets so much value. So much value, particularly because we've got the invis spells in this army to keep our Royal Champion alive as long as needed. This attack strategy is ridiculous. It may be my favorite fireball one to date. 4 swag invis spells there. Is there anything Demo can't do? If you too are trying to switch to a fireball attack strategy, but you don't think this is the one for you, I'll link another fireball army on the left so that you can master that.